Today we're going to go up the mountain, check some trail cameras I put up there in some places where the bears have been doing something strange. Hopefully we can catch them in the act. We call that up the mountain because it's a mountain and we're going up there, up the mountain. Let's go up the mountain, see what we can find. After a whole lot more driving up the mountain than this video would suggest there was, we made it up the mountain. At my great-grandfather's cabin. I should show you that cabin sometime. The camera is up at the spring. It's a much different environment up here, a couple thousand feet in elevation above the lower ranch. Looks like the bears moved this pipe around again since I was last here. I don't know why they are so fascinated with pipes. That pipe used to be in the spring to deliver water to the cabin. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it before, but bears are the reason why we can't have nice things. I put the camera up here to try to catch some strange behavior the bears have been doing over here. For the past few years in the fall, the bears have been digging up this springy area, turning it into a mud hole, making some kind of a wallow. I don't know what they're doing here. But if a human was to do something like this to a pristine high mountain spring, the Department of Fish and Wildlife, the Department of Water Quality, if there is such a thing, would get very angry at them for doing that. Or whatever agency is responsible for getting angry at people for doing such things. Last fall I put the cameras up here just to see what it is the bears are doing here. But the bears wouldn't have any part of it. They made sure I didn't get any footage of what they were doing. Every time I put a camera up, they would twist it around in a different direction. This year I tried to outsmart them, or maybe out-height them. I put it up here even higher than before. I've had it up here since September. It is now December. The camera looks fine, although the strap has this tear in it that it didn't have before. Makes me wonder what's been going on up here. This year, now that I've finally had a camera up here all this time that appears to have survived the situation, it doesn't look like they've been doing their wallowing or whatever mysterious thing they do in the mud. This year it looks like it's just slowly starting to recover from previous years, like they haven't done much new to it. It looks like we may have yet gone another year without being able to see what it is they were doing there, but I do have another spot to check. First we'll go see what's on this camera. Maybe there's something else good on there. I ended up with about 16.4 trillion videos of this limb blowing in the wind before Uncle Ron came along and saved the day. Everybody say, "Thank you, Uncle Ron." Then this mysterious object suddenly appeared with the elk. Then it left with the elk. Then it came back with the elk. This may have something to do with that tear I now have in the strap. I don't know what is happening right now. It all came to an end when that guy showed up. We ended up with a lot of video of what looked like the same deer over and over again, the same elk over and over again. I didn't include a lot of those videos because it was just the same thing over and over again, and a lot of it. But we got a few things to look at. The bears just looked like they were doing normal bear stuff. Now we'll go to the other side of the property where I found another wallow. I put a camera up. Let's see what's going on over there. We are here. Well, not here where we need to be, but here where we start walking to where we need to be. Well, I'm the one who's doing all the walking. You just get to sit back and watch it all. How is it I ended up on this side of the deal? As many times as I've walked through here in the last couple years to check trail cameras, it probably would have been easier if the first time I would have taken the time to clean up these obstacles so I could have been driving through all this time. But here I am, walking through yet one more time, maybe next summer. After a whole lot more walking than, you know the drill, at least if you've been watching this channel for very long. If you haven't been, you need to get on the program. This is where it's at. And this is where the wallow is at. I think my English could be more gooder than that. Hopefully my camera's still down there too in one piece. Let's go look. Well, the camera is still here. Looks like it's still in one piece, but the wallow is unwallowed. It looks like the cows have been stomping around in it, maybe the elk too, but it's not wallowed like it was last year. Whatever it is they were doing in previous years, apparently they don't want it to be seen on camera. We'll get this thing down. Maybe there's something good on it. I put it up so high now I can't even reach it. I foiled myself. Let's go see what we have. This may go down in history as the worst trail camera video I have ever made. Maybe even the worst trail camera video in the history of trail camera videos. Nothing worked out right. The bears didn't do what they were supposed to do. That last camera, we didn't get any video, we only got still photos. Which might be because before I put the camera out there, somebody might have experienced a camera settings adjustment malfunction. Instead of setting it to video only, it may have somehow got set to photo only. I can't imagine who might have been responsible for that. We did get some animals to look at, so it wasn't a total loss, just pretty close to it. Last year in one of the videos I made trying to catch the bears wallowing, somebody suggested maybe it's not the bears, maybe it's the elk. That was a good suggestion, but the elk move around a lot. They're not always there. Last year when this was happening, it wasn't elk tracks, it was bear tracks associated with the wallow. Until we actually catch them in the act, we can't be 100% sure it's the bears, but in that area, bears have such a track record of destruction. When anything destructive happens, we just assume it's the bears, and usually it is. Bears don't even have to do anything to be destructive. They didn't do what they were supposed to. Now bears are the reason why I can't even have a nice video. I left the ranch before I was able to finish this video. Now I'm finishing it here, which I guess is a case of stating the obvious. If you saw my last video where I was going on bragging about how nice the weather was at the ranch, looks like now it's time for me to pay the piper. We don't have sun in the forecast for the foreseeable future. Clouds, fog, and a whole lot of rain on the way. With the lack of trail camera footage on this one, I'm running out of material. I've resorted to talking about the weather. I guess we better cut our losses on this one and put an end to it. I'll put a link to the trail cameras I'm using in the description. People always ask if I don't. As an attempt to try to make up for this lousy video, I'll put a link to the playlist of my other trail camera videos up here somewhere. Those ones are much better than this one. After having to endure this one, you might need to go to those just to get some therapy to help you through this tough time.